All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is David Ogubanjo. I am CEO of OMobile World. And this morning we are supposed to discuss a groundbreaking initiative to transform educational access across Nigeria. Well, for the next 15 minutes thereabouts, I'll be walking you through some of the challenges schools in Nigeria face and the innovative solutions that we have brought up at OMobile World that can serve as a powerful catalyst for closing Nigeria's education gap. At the end of this discussion, you will be able to ask questions. So please save all of your questions up for the ending of this discussion, where I would engage one-on-one with you guys. I will be able to take questions and I will answer all your questions. So let me just pull up my slides and we'll get to it now. If I'm audible, can you please write in the group, in the chat, that I'm audible, that you can hear me? Can we just do that quickly? All right. I can see your reactions. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, let's get to it. Nigeria's education infrastructure has long been hampered by different resource constraints. In most primary and secondary schools in Nigeria now, textbooks remain the sole learning source. Dedicated devices are virtually non-existent. Computer labs, even where they are existent, are very, very limited. And both electricity and internet access can be very unreliable, especially outside major urban centers. All of these factors combine to widen disparities in educational quality. And this leaves many students with this leaves many students without the interactive and skill-based learning environment that they truly deserve to be able to aid their learning. But as educators and stakeholders in the educational sector, we all know that equal access to quality content drives better outcomes. It helps to narrow the digital divide, and it ultimately empowers entire communities. But how do we surmount the problems that we have, the problems of underinvestment in infrastructure, the problems of the digital divide? That is the question that we set out to answer today. What is our answer to this question? OMobile recognize that piecemeal solutions, adding a computer lab here, sharing some devices there, these are not solutions to the problem that we have. This will not achieve the systemic change that Nigeria needs. So instead, what have we done? We created what we call SabiHub. And SabiHub is Nigeria's first education consolidation app. What else did we do? We created a purpose-built tablet, the OMobile Tab A. This tablet is designed from the ground up for our classrooms, for our teachers, for our students, for our schools. What else have we done? We didn't stop there. Together with Glow, we co-developed a secure connectivity layer. Each Tab A ships with a specialized SIM card that grants access only to SabiHub's vetted educational content. No distractions, no unauthorized browsing, just a safe, focused window into curriculum, interactive sessions, assessments, and gamified exercises that reinforce learning. Our guiding principle is very, very simple. One device per student, each locked down to approved content. Now, why does this matter? Let us pick an experience. When every student from Lagos to Lokoja uses the same device under the same rules, we eliminate the unfair advantage of well-funded schools and prevent distractions in less resourced environments. That big school that is in Lagos has an undue advantage over a smaller school that is present in Lokoja. That's what we're basically trying to say. Currently, in the current educational climate, that's how it is. But in the educational climate that SabiHub, OMobile, and Globalcom are coming together to build, we have eliminated that problem, that advantage that these bigger schools have. So your children who are in smaller schools, so-called smaller schools, they would have access to resources, the same resources that the children in these big schools have access to. Apart from this uniform experience that we've created, school owners and parents, they often worry about misuse, social media, gaming, unregulated browsing. These are issues. The Tab A's controlled environment addresses these concerns head on, and it ensures that learning remains the sole focus. Let us talk a little bit about the technology that Tab A runs. Let me just briefly highlight some of its key specifications. Crisp, high contrast visuals that bring design lessons to life. It ships with a 10.1-inch display. This display is the peak display for children, basically, because we all know that children love things that are very colorful and eye-grabbing. So you can't give them something that doesn't have a very good display to start with. Another thing is the performance and storage helps to create smooth operation and ample space for different offline contents. Not everywhere has access to internet. It's not everywhere that your children go that they will have access to internet. So the device needs to be able to store data when it has access to internet for use when it doesn't have access to internet. The 6,000 mAh capability, battery capability is engineered for all-day use in settings where power can be intermittent. We all know about the power crisis in rural Nigeria. So it's there's a possibility that they might not have access to charge a device more than maybe at night, for instance, or maybe once in 2 days. The 6,000 mAh battery will be able to power this device for at least a whole day. These devices are engineered to be water and dust resistant. It will be able to withstand the rigors of daily student handling. It would also have built-in cameras, rear and selfie cameras for assignment submissions, project documentation, and much more. Each unit comes complete with a charger, a cable, a user manual, and everything that is needed to deploy at scale with minimal logistical friction. Well, let's talk about connectivity. Let's talk about SabiHub itself. SabiHub basically is a unified dashboard where teachers can assign lessons, monitor progress, and track assessments. Offline access to this platform allows students to be able to have access to these platforms even in low connectivity areas. Now, this is not all. Imagine you want to transfer your child from one school to the other. The process right now is, you go to the new school and inform them that I want my child to come into your school. The child probably writes an entrance examination and then gains access to the school. All of his educational history, if you don't have it documented in paper, is expunged. Well, SabiHub helps to solve that because it creates what we call a specialized student user persona for each student. Now, this user persona will be transferable within schools in Nigeria. All schools who are present on the SabiHub app will be able to transfer user personas from one school to the other. This would eliminate the need for entrance examinations to each school, unless there are special classes. Because the new school would have access to the student educational history. So what's the need for another entrance examination when you can see how well they did in their past examination? You can see the questions they answered right and the questions they got wrong. This is what SabiHub is bringing to you. Our partnership with Glo ensures special connectivity. The SIM card blocks any domains that are outside SabiHub and its partners. And this guarantees that students cannot veer off into non-educational sites or apps. Now, what about the mobile device management? Well, we have access to remotely update this app, remotely install apps for these students. We can schedule updates, and you can even, as a parent, have access to wiping or locking your child's device in the event that you lose this device. It will help you to protect the data, and it also discourages theft of the device because they basically won't be able to do anything with that device. It helps to secure your hardware investments. This holistic approach of this three-in-one solution minimizes IT overhead for schools. And at the same time, it gives administrators the tools they need to measure engagement and outcomes. Now let's talk about the pricing. Basically, the deployment, the pricing. Let's talk about that. It's a very sustainable and affordable model. We understand that cost is a very major barrier in Nigeria now, and that's why we have structured pricing to reward partnership. Basically, we have partnered with Maize Trade, and Maize Trade helps you to gain access to these devices at just 50,000 naira per device. At 50,000 naira per device, 5,000 naira is rebated to the school. When a school joins Maize Trade, they gain access to these devices at a fraction of the cost, and they still also earn revenue on each unit. This helps us to align our incentives for broader adoption. What is the worth of this device outside of the partnership with Maize Trade? Each of these devices is worth about 650,000 naira. But Maize Trade is subsidizing it to 50,000 naira because they recognize the need for educational inclusion in Nigeria. What will you gain when you pay 50,000 naira for this device? You gain the tablets and a SabiHub SIM card. These SIM cards are branded SabiHub by Glo. These are the things you gain. At the same time, you also gain access to Maize Trade's community. We have plans for comprehensive onboarding, and this onboarding covers things like device setup, SabiHub navigation, and troubleshooting. This will ensure that all teachers, IT staff, and school administrators are fully prepared to accept these devices in their schools. Well, because we want to maximize impact, we are going with a phased pilot approach. The first thing you need to do is to confirm Maize Trade partnership. Immediately after you confirm Maize Trade partnership, you would be able to secure the preferential pricing and revenue share. Then you need to identify which of your classes you want to use as a test or as a pilot, as a kind of pilot program. When you select your pilot cohorts, you could begin with the summer lessons that are upcoming, for instance. You could begin with that and take advantage of that quieter term to be able to get feedback, because you need feedback. When you get feedback, that is how we'll be able to support wider rollouts and also identify any implementation strategies very early. Then apart from that, we also need to schedule a training that will coincide with the device delivery. The first batch of these devices arrive next month. So SabiHub will go live on July 26th, 2025. So it is planned, especially for those of you who are present in or around Abuja, it is planned that you would be able to attend the launch event on July 26th at Nikon Luxury Hotel. So there you'll be able to see even much more what SabiHub as a platform can do. So by the start of the next academic term, we want to have very good quantitative metrics and qualitative testimonials that can inform a much wider rollout than what we are bringing out now. Now, how do you measure the success of this? How do we measure the success of this program that we are launching? Our key performance indicators include parental satisfaction. We want surveys at the end of each term to measure perceived learning improvements and device usability, basically. So the parents are going to give their feedbacks, so we get to know how each student has been doing with their devices, what the devices could do to better aid the learning of the students and the connectivity of the parents. Then we also look at student engagements. Lesson completion rates and assessment score improvements will be tracked monthly. So every single student will have access to lessons, courses, and all of that. So they would be able to, at the back end, we'll be able to track their improvements and how they use these devices. That can help us to make the devices and the software even better. Then we also track how these devices help their academics. We have access to the existing academic data from schools. So the next thing is, after onboarding onto this platform, how exactly have the students' academics improved? What are the downsides? What are the upsides? We look at all of this and we use it to see how we can make the platform and the devices better. Then we also look at the ROI assessment. Well, basically, we all know that the value of the device is way beyond this 50,000 naira. But this 50,000 naira, we're going to use it as our benchmark to measure the cost per device versus measured educational value. We will get this report by December at the end of the first full term when these devices are used. All of these metrics together will guide interactive refinements, ensuring our model remains both effective and scalable. So what is next for you to do now? Basically, you have to act now. Today, I invite each of you, school owners, administrators, teachers, NGO representatives, to take 3 concrete steps. Number 1, register as a Mainstreet partner. This will give you access to unlock the full value proposition. Number 2 is to identify your pilot classes. Secure commitment from teachers and parents. Number 3 is to schedule your onboarding so that your team is ready to deploy the Tab A and SabiHub as soon as these devices are made available. When we act now, we can ensure that the devices are in classrooms before the end of July 2025 so that they can empower the summer lesson classes. In closing, we need to bridge Nigeria's education gap. And bridging Nigeria's education gap is not a challenge that any one organization can solve alone. It requires a coalition of visionaries. OMobile is one, SabiHub is another. Globacom has seen the value and they are also jumping in on this. Your schools and these parents are the last step of this coalition. We need to be united by a belief that every child deserves access to very high quality interactive learning. Together, I believe that we can leapfrog outdated models and set a new standard for digital inclusion in Africa. Well, thank you very much for your time and your commitment. I know that many of you have different activities. Some of you are already on a midterm break, as is reported by some of our field representatives. Others of you have other things to do today, but you've taken these couple of minutes to come to join this, and you've come to see the value that we are proposing. I look forward to answering so many of your questions, and most importantly, to partner with you on this transformative journey. So I invite you, let us move forward today to build the future of Nigerian education. Thank you very much. I remain David Ogubanjo. If any of you have any questions, you could either type it out in the comment section, or you could have your hand raised so that you'll be allowed to speak. So let's have the questions now. There's an option to react by raising your hand if you have a question. You just have to click react and raise hand. Or if you are unable to do that, just type your question in the comment section. I'm still expecting. Are there no questions? Did we all get everything that was explained? Okay, Esther Pizza. Esther Pizza, you have your hand raised up. Okay, let's have you. Speak to us, please. Esther Pizza.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. I came a little late, and I will not say I perfectly understand everything, but I think I have idea of what is what is going on, and I will request that if we can get an audio of this presentation, it will be good so that we'll listen to it again and again to get a better understanding about it. And secondly, my question is, you talked about, for me, okay, let me speak for myself. For me, I don't have a school, and I can go to schools, inform them about it, and I'm sure they will be glad to take the advantage of this. But my question here is, you talked about the benefits the schools get. Since Mainstream is giving the 50,000 naira, the school gets 5,000 from the students. What about people like us that connect the schools and Mainstream? What is our own benefit in it? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that question. Well, there's an existing structure right now, so it depends on where exactly you are. You could get connected. You see, the very first thing is you have to join Mastrade as an individual if you want to do that. You could now get connected to Mastrade has a network of coordinators across the entirety of Nigeria. So you get connected to the coordinator that is in charge of wherever you are, the states wherever you are, and then you can have this discussion with them, basically. That is a Mastrade thing. So in order for you to join Mastrade, if you are not exactly a member already, I don't know if Queen is on this call. Okay, I think I see Queen. Queen, could you please reach out to her via the chat? Maybe you could do a private chat with her, exchange your contact with her so that she can see how she can actually get this done. So, Madam Esther, this meeting is being recorded, so you would have access to the question, to the recording of this meeting as soon as the meeting is over. It will actually be uploaded onto YouTube, so that people who couldn't join this program can actually watch it again on YouTube. So I guess that should answer your question. Thank you very much. Before I go ahead to unmute, ask Mr. Samuel to unmute, there's a question on the chat. How can you register for SabiHub? Okay. You can register for SabiHub by reaching out to any of our dedicated marketers, and they will put you through on how to register for SabiHub. It's actually online now. There's a website. It's actually online. There's a URL now, but you need guidance to be able to register there. So once again, it depends on where exactly you are in Nigeria, but Queen can also follow up on you via private chats. So Queen, please. Now, is this strictly for school owners or teachers? No, the tablets are actually meant for children. They are meant for children. So you need to understand that these tablets are meant for children. SabiHub as a platform is what the teachers and these schools will be able to use, or parents will be able to use to control what the children do on these devices. Can you have a PDF of the slides? Yes, there actually is a version of these slides that we use now that is currently in circulation. So yes, you can have PDF of it. Queen just dropped her contact on the chat. So everybody who needs to ask personalized questions can actually reach out to Queen via the contacts that she dropped on the chat. Okay, let's have Mr. Samuel speak to us now. Mr. Samuel. Please, could you ask a question?
Okay, good morning. Thank you very much, sir. Sorry, I should have dropped my hands a while ago. I was a bit distracted because part of what I wanted to ask, I think it has properly been answered. I also came in a bit late and I didn't hear the most part of the entire meeting. But you have just answered that we're going to have the audio and listen to it. So I would have wanted also to know if I listen to it again and I have some other questions, who do I contact or how do I reach out, either to you or anybody who will answer such questions. I came in where we were already 21 minutes, and I think I've just listened to about 6-7 minutes or so. So if the audio is there, if we can have where to find the audio, and after we listen to the audio, I will have questions, who do we contact? That's basically my question.
All right, Queen has dropped her contact on the group chat, on the chat box, basically. She has dropped it severally, like 3 or 4 times, so you could reach out to her there. If you have any questions after watching the video, which will be uploaded to YouTube, how to even get the link on YouTube, you can reach out to Queen and she will provide it for you. So that should answer your question.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you very much, sir. Somebody asked a very, very interesting question on the chat. The person asked, what of students that just finished WAEC that are no longer in the school? Well, basically, what SabiHub offers is way beyond just the regular curriculum learning. SabiHub offers, I don't want to talk too much about SabiHub because this discussion is supposed to be about the tablets mainly. If you want to learn much more about SabiHub, even if you are not opportune to attend the event on Saturday, July 26th here in Abuja, you can connect with that event virtually. You would learn everything there is to learn about SabiHub and why even students who have finished school, even people who have finished tertiary education, they still need SabiHub in their lives. You would learn why then, because SabiHub, I'll just give you a little bit of an insight into what SabiHub has. SabiHub has content. If you look now, the truth is the idea that's in the head of most Gen Zs out there now is not exactly so good. Their mentality is not exactly so good. So how exactly can this be corrected? What made it go bad in the first place? It's social media. And I'm of a very strong belief that only social media can also correct that. So imagine a platform where you have multiple content creators who are delivering content that is only educational content in the form of short form videos like we have on social media right now. These are some, but not all, of the benefits of SabiHub. So yes, it can be used by students who are no longer in secondary school. That's the answer of that. Okay. I don't think there's any other question that requires my attention in chat. So let's have Mr. Kolawole to speak now. What's your question, sir?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Kolawole Abiodun. I'm into gaming, esports, mobile gaming, and education. Yeah, I also have a school. So you just made mention about the tablets, and obviously you know what the children are into now. If you give them your phone, they go into gaming, and we have educated gaming.
Yes.
So I want to ask, is it possible that your tablet will have give us the privilege to, because if I have a school, it will speak well that I have a tablet for this, I have a tablet for gaming, I have a tablet for this, and we have education gaming. So is it possible that your tablet can, we can have gaming education apps to be installed on it? Is it acceptable? Will you accept it? Then I don't know the configuration of your tablet, because most schools now, what I do, like in our schools, what we are planning now is instead of having a physical inter-house sport, we want to have e-sport. E-sport is the game of Gen Z. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Last year alone in Saudi Arabia that was hosted, it was a $60 million pool prize. 60
Correct.
million. This
Correct.
year is 70 million pool prize. And by 2027, we'll be having the first e-sport Olympics. So we need to take it to schools. We need to create the awareness. Now you have a tab. Can we integrate e-sport into your tab? Educational e-sport into your tab? That's my question.
Wow, that's a big one you're actually working on. Honestly, it's something that's been on my mind for a bit too, but we've been so busy working on so many things. But yes, anybody who has an educational application, it doesn't even have to be just educational. It could be finance, it could be whatever your app is, and you are able to convince us that your app has value for these children. Yes, it could be one of the apps that are whitelisted on the tablets, basically.
Okay.
Could
Okay.
be.
That's good. Thank you
So
very
you
much.
just have to, yes, you're welcome. You just have to write a proposal to us. You can still reach out to Queen, whose contact is on the chat once again. You can reach out to her,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we can work together on that. You just have to write a proposal to us, then we'll have a meeting on it.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem. Okay, we have another hand raised up, Mr. Benjamin.
Is it whitelisted or SabiHub or whitelisted for the tablet? Two separate things. So which one is two separate things for him? That's why I wanted to know.
Oh, okay. You wanted to understand what Mr. Kolawale is saying, basically. I think basically what he's saying is he wants the tablets to be able to have access to, or he wants these devices to also have these mobile tablets, these mobile apps. He wants them to be able to be pre-installed on these tablets for use by these students. And well, basically, I believe his proposal, I don't know, let me know, Mr. Kolawale, if I'm wrong. I believe your proposal should be able to show how exactly you want this partnership to be structured. Then we can take up the discussions from there. Am I right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will definitely do that, and I will get back to you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you too. Bye.
All right. So this name is Michelle, right? Can I have you speak?
Okay, yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for this opportunity to join the platform. It's a very good one, but I want to confirm, I want to get it right. The specification of your device, the tab you're giving to schools. If the school is paying 50,000 naira and you're getting a 5,000 naira, I want to know the specification. Is it 4 gig RAM, the inbuilt capacity also? So if we are getting a tab, it should be a tab that doesn't lag, that's very fast.
Mm.
So I want to clear.
All right, we discussed that in the discussion. Maybe you came a bit late, but it's 4 gig, 64 gig. That's what it is.
Okay. Thank you. Can we get something higher, like 128 gigabytes?
Yes, you can. Yes.
At the same amount?
No, it definitely can be the same amount.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to speak a bit more on what Mr. Michelle just spoke about. These tablets are not the only versions of these tablets that will be available. Okay, they are just the break-in versions. From September of this year or October this year, we would have other versions of these tablets available. Maybe even better versions that can also be used by adults separate. I'm not saying these ones can't be used by adults, but yes, they would also be available. Better versions will be available. And we have plans to actually update these tablet versions yearly. We have plans to update them yearly. So there's also that too. Somebody asked the question, does it prepare students for exams like WAEC? And I would say a categorical yes. WAEC, NECO, Common Entrance, JAMB, it prepares them for these. SabiHub as a platform prepares students for these examinations because we took all of the past questions as content and we fused them into a gamified learning experience for these students, basically. So you can imagine not having the need to buy these past questions out there in the markets anymore because all of them are present on that one app. And I think I should also note that our tablets are not the only access to SabiHub you have. Other devices can also download SabiHub as an application off of the app stores, whether that Play Store or the iOS App Store. But you must have a Glow SIM card to access SabiHub. a Glow SabiHub SIM card to access SabiHub. So that is what is going to give you the controlled learning environment. So you could just get a Glow SIM card. If your child already has a device, for instance, you could get this Glow SabiHub SIM card and input it into the mobile device so that the child will not be able to do anything outside of SabiHub and partner applications, similar to what Mr. Kolawole Abiodun proposed a couple of minutes back. So, do we have any other questions? I want to believe that every single person who is here was invited by one person or the other. And you can also reach out to that person if you have other questions, if you are trying to see how exactly you can come into this, come and partner with us on this program. If you have proposals such as what Mr. Kolawole spoke about, we are open to listening to it. I will just wait for the next 1 minute, see if any question comes up. In the event that there's no other question, we'll be closing this discussion. Do we have any other questions, please? All right. I think in the absence of any other questions, thank you very much once again, all of you, for joining. We really appreciate. Oh, wow, a question just popped up. All right. This person doesn't have a name, it's the name of his device, so I don't know what to refer to you as, but please speak up. Let's have your question.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Could you
Hello?
please be a bit more audible? Your voice is a bit muffled.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
I can hear you. Go
Morning,
ahead.
Sir. Please, we are into school business too. So I just want to ask,
Okay.
if this tablet we are talking about, because I came in late, so I want to know how much is it per child? Then what will be the content? What will be the benefits? Please, I just wanted to a little bit go back and tell us what exactly we are going to be using it for. So
All
that's
right.
my question.
All right. Thank you very much for that question, ma. It's a bit lot to go back on, yeah. But basically, these tablets are a gateway to what we call SabiHub. It's a mobile app that is supposed to be Nigeria's, if not West Africa's, first educational consolidation app. You know, so these tablets are basically a way to say, okay, look, these children don't have devices. We need a device that we can control so that they can have access to this app. That's basically what the tablets are. Cost of the tablet is 50,000 naira, and it's quite dynamic, basically, the way that works. So I would recommend that you reach out to whoever invited you to this discussion, because within the next 1 hour, the entirety of this discussion will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, where you can subscribe to and get access to what we have just discussed in a video that you can watch if you have missed the meeting, and you can also share with others. So I think that would take care of your question. That would take care of your question by the time you watch the video in full. So I don't think there are any other questions. So we'll be closing this meeting. It's we are about 45 minutes in. Thank you very much once again for joining us, everyone. It would be really great to see you join us in this program, because like we mentioned, there are multiple stakeholders in this. Yes, OMobile is one, SabiHub is another, Glow is another, but we still need the help of schools and these parents to be able to actualize this dream of digitalizing Nigeria's educational system. So I invite you to come and be a part of this dream. Thank you very much once again. My name is David Ogubanjo. I am the CEO of OMobile World. How do Gen Z people say it? Peace out. All right. Have a nice day, everybody.